Tiny Games here. Welcome back to the channel. We're back with another Discord Dreamsnap review video. Sorry for the delays in posting any content. For those that know me personally and things like that, this is always a bit of a tough time of year for me. So mentally my head's been kind of not in the right place, I guess you could say. So I do firstly want to apologise for the lack of content, but also for the delay on getting this video out to you guys and everything like that. But anyway, why don't we go have a look at Discord? You guys have come up with some amazing submissions for the treasure trove theme. I honestly love this theme. Even whilst I've been doing voting and things like that, there's been a lot of amazing submissions out there. So I think it's going to be tough work to get into 4K this week because honestly, the submissions are top tier. They really are. So not just in our Discord, but even when voting, I've come across some absolutely wonderful creations. So why don't we jump over to Discord, have a look at what you guys have come up with. I'm so excited to get into this. So let's jump over. Starting off, we've got Jolly's submission here. Now this is Jolly's alt account submission. I really like this. I understand that you've spoke about like all the issues with the disappearing glitch. I think we're all feeling the struggles of that glitch. I honestly, this might be a controversial opinion. I don't know. I would much prefer we still had the glitch where you could see items on the wall than the disappearing item glitch. I very rarely do indoor snaps anyway. So I think I would have preferred to have kept my items from disappearing and had all the visible items on the walls in houses for a bit of time, because I think it would have been a lot less disruptive personally. I don't know how you'll feel about that, but I feel like that's when the disappearing glitch came in, was when they put out that hotfix to stop like the items showing on the interior walls and stuff like that. And I feel that's what caused this bug. Like maybe they went too far and that's why we get items disappearing. At least that's my opinion, and they do seem to kind of make sense because the items were always visible and now they're very much invisible when your camera goes into them and stuff like that. So I personally think the two are correlated, and I kind of wish that maybe they hadn't fixed that because it feels like they just broke it the other way. But I absolutely love this submission. I think this is gorgeous. I do love the whole secretive nature of it, like having the cave and everything like that, having the kind of like almost like beachy shells and everything. I think works really nicely too. We've got a lot of elements of gold and things like that. So I think this is a very nice looking piece. Yeah, I think this is super creative. I think you've done really well. The outfit's really nice as well. So I expect this will do well. Next up, we have Pink Chair Gaming, and this is a lovely submission. I love how you've used the ship. Like it's almost like the golden treasures are being either unloaded from the ship, like you've been out exploring and these are all your riches, or maybe they're being loaded onto the ship to take it elsewhere. Maybe these are riches you've gathered from this island. I don't know, but either way, I love the idea of it. Like even using the crates kind of intermingled just works really well, and making use of the chests. I never would have thought to have used the actual craftable chest, but that's a good alternative because I mean, especially some of the ones with the gold detailing, like the vintage chest and the large chest, I think they just have this kind of almost like richness to them. You could imagine treasure being in there. I also like the addition of Trader Sam's shop. I think it kind of gives it an almost like dock-like feel kind of thing, so it makes the vibe and the whole setup feel very natural. So I think this is a wonderful submission. Fantastic job. Yeah, just amazing. Next up, we have this absolutely gorgeous submission from Shelley Hammond. Oh my goodness, this is incredible. My thoughts are you're using the trick that you used last time where you set off the fireworks in front of your character, which I personally just think is absolutely genius. I never would have thought to have done that. It almost looks like you're being sprayed with confetti. I love that. Maybe I'm weird for that, but I love that. I think it kind of gives it a royal celebration almost kind of vibe, if that makes sense. Obviously, I love the use of the camel statues, the gold camel statues. All the big piles of treasure work really nicely. And even using Scrooge's safe works really nice. This definitely feels like a trove of riches. So fantastic work on this snap. Next up, we have a submission from Popster. I absolutely love this. Great use of the jungle house. I really think it works really well here and with Trader Sam's shop. Obviously, I love that you've got Daisy and Donald and they're kind of stood together. I think that works so well. I do love like this little setup with all the kind of like the gold. Like we've got the chest, the Cortez chest, we've got the pirate treasure kind of bundle chest, and then we've even got some boat elements as well. I think this is really, really good. Great choice with the outfits for Donald and Daisy. Obviously making use of the parrot companion and this pirate outfit. I think it works together very, very nicely. This is a wonderful snap. Feels very kind of like lush and tropical with like all the foliage and stuff, and enjoy the hobnob. And yeah, I just think this is a great little snap. So well done on this and enjoy the hobnob. Next up, we have Winter Dragonfly and her family submission. It's great to see your submissions. I do love to see what you all come up with because you're all very, very creative when it comes to Dreamsnap. So it's lovely to see what you've come up with. So let's go through all of these. So we have your main snap, Winter. This is gorgeous. I love this regal royal room. I think this just looks so like aesthetically pleasing. I love the table in the middle with a couple of chairs. I don't know what it is. It just like kind of feels quite luxurious and things like that. Maybe a bit like a posh hotel room or penthouse kind of vibe. But I do really love it. Obviously, you've got the piano there in the corner, which again kind of gives it this luxurious feel. The elegant painting that's on the wall and things like that. All the gold touches. This is a beautiful snap. I think this is going to be, you know, really good results. Then we have your other account. I'm not sure which is your main and your alt, by the way, sort of thing. So apologies if I make any assumptions, but we have this one for your other account as well. I love this. I love the whole like Tinkerbell aesthetic. Like that just really appeals to me. I love Tinkerbell. I was always quite short. I'm still quite short. I was always very short growing up, and like so my mum and my dad and everything used to joke about how like I was a little fairy or like a little pixie and things like that, and like I was a gift from the fairies to them and stuff like that. And like my mum used to call me her little tinker and stuff like that when we were younger, so, or when I was younger. I mean, I guess my mum would have been younger too. But yeah, so obviously I absolutely adore Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell's one of my faves. So I love the vibes of this photo. I think it's so, so cute. Obviously we've got like the treasure piles. We've got Skull Rock in the background. It just has a real kind of like Peter Pan vibe, which I just love. I adore. There's definitely treasures here. It definitely feels like a trove. And obviously just thinking of like Neverland and this kind of like hidden place and stuff like that, I really, really love. So I think this is a wonderful snap. So on theme, and just, yeah, I love this. This one is probably my favorite out of the two just because of that like personal preference and liking, but both are incredible snaps. Then we have the account for Sawyer, and I love this. I think this is really cute. I love this room setup. I love how you've done the photos in the background with one slightly higher than the other, just this kind of almost natural placement. I really, really love. Aesthetically, I just think it's really pretty. I love the use of the flower on the like table, like as if it's the rose. I love that. I'm not entirely sure how big this table is, but maybe if you don't have the enchanted rose or things like that, this is a great alternative kind of thing to do. I love how we've got the table here with the food, definitely very reminiscent of the film with like the scene with Beast and Belle when they're having breakfast in the morning. And I assume they're having like porridge, but like when I was younger, I was looking at that food and I was like, that looks delicious. I want that. That looks so creamy and yummy, whatever it is. And realistically, it's probably just porridge, which there's nothing wrong with porridge. I don't mind a bit of porridge, but certainly didn't have the idea of it being porridge isn't as appealing as what I assumed it might have been, like some magical dish as a child. But yeah, I love this. I think this is a wonderful little setup. And then we have the Madison account here. I love this with the gold treasure piles. Obviously we've got some like gold furniture here with like the love seat and even this like desk table. The ballroom lanterns, whatever they're called. I can't remember what they're called, but that big giant candelabra set. The date night table works really, really well. I like this. I think this is cute. Obviously, we've got a lot of elements of gold here. So I think that's fantastic. And then we have this submission, which is for Ray's account. And I really, really like this. It definitely doesn't have like the regal royal vibes that I think a lot of the other snaps do, but I still think aesthetically this is such a eye-catching snap. I love the angles and the lighting and everything like that. I think aesthetically that's just stunning. So I think this is a gorgeous, gorgeous little snap. It'll be very intriguing to see how this does because obviously it's not so heavy on the like the gold piles and things like that, but I still think it's a gorgeous picture. And then we have the submission for October Rose. And this is gorgeous. I absolutely love this photo. I love the glowing flowers in a row here. I just think that's so pretty. Obviously we got the stacks of gold and everything like that. So I think that works together quite nicely. And yeah, it's just a really, really pretty picture. I do believe this is taken in the Glade. And I do think sometimes the Glade isn't the most aesthetic place for taking photos, but I love how you've got this kind of like vine wall to kind of like make it feel a bit more lush and like less like, how do I explain this? Like, I guess that when I think of the Glade and stuff like that, and I think of like the mossy trees, it has like a real kind of like damp vibe, whereas this feels like a bit more of a lush spring vibe, if that makes sense. That's kind of what I'm trying to get at. But either way, love the snaps for you and your family, and thank you so much for sharing. Next up we have a snap from We Be Bloody. Sorry if I've said that wrong. But yes, I love this. I think this snap is absolutely incredible. Obviously, Donald looks so animated here. We've got Daisy in the back. There's so much treasure here. There is so much going on. We've got gems galore. We've got pearls. We've got gold. We've got like golden harps. We've got like treasure chests. There's even Eric's ship in the background. We have the pirate parrot. We've got like diamonds and everything like that. Even the like little ship in the bottle here is amazing. I think this is a wonderful snap. There's so much going on. Like every time I look, I see a new detail, a new element. So I think that's absolutely fantastic. Honestly, amazing snap. I really, really like this. It's so like there's just so much going on, and I think that's absolutely wonderful. Like even the glowing orbs from the pillars just like has this like treasure feel to it and everything like that. I just think it's really wonderful. Like it's kind of like an I Spy game, like what can you spot, what can you see, and I think that's just wonderful. So great submission here. Next up we have a snap from Nina, and oh my god, this is stunning. Look at those sparkles. I'm such a sucker for sparkles. I do think there's like a time and a place. I don't think we need sparkles in like every snap, but I think sometimes it does work, and in a snap that's about like treasure and gold and sparkles and shiny and stuff like that, like things like fireworks do make sense. So I think this is a lovely little snap that we've got here. I love that you're posing with the monkey. I love that we've got the ship here. We've got the treasure, like even using the like golden ingot bars is such a good choice here. So yeah, fantastic snap. I really, really like this. Next up, we have a submission from Madame Bernay, and I do really like this. Obviously, you're kind of reusing, in a sense, your snap from the other week. We've still got this kind of like this Mickey setup with the candles, which I love. Obviously, we've got all the golden like vases and everything here, which I think is a great addition. You know, the palace makes sense. All the kind of like the royal elements with like the pillars and everything like that is really, really good. So it'll be exciting to see how this does. I love the blurred effect on like the candles and the lighting in the background. I know that's something the game does automatically, but I love the kind of like the hazy glow it gives. Just aesthetically for me, I kind of like that. And obviously I love this flooring. I think this flooring works really well with kind of like a treasure or gold related snap. I think obviously it's such a wise choice to make. So honestly, great work this submission, and honestly clever to reuse something that you already had pretty much set up. Might as well, to be honest, you might as well. So good luck. Next up, we have a submission from Nia, and I'm actually wondering if I voted on this. It looks really familiar to a snap I voted on, but I think I voted off camera. It looks so familiar to me, and I'm wondering if I voted for it. If I did, then enjoy the vote. Obviously, I'm not 100% sure if I did or didn't, but I think I might have done. Just something about it looks very familiar. I love all the treasure here. I love how you've done all the like foliage and the trees and the greenery. It makes sense for creating this kind of like hidden treasure trove. Like tucked away from the rest of the world and everything like that, which I love. And obviously we've got this like little setup into Skull Rock, which I think works wonderfully. The little turtle looks cute, and obviously we've got the pirate parrot here. So I think overall this is a wonderful, wonderful snap. I love the little boat here, like as if you've traveled by boat to get to this little island. So yeah, I think this is a wonderful snap. I think this is going to do really well. Next up, we have a snap by Ev Error, and I really love this. The moon in the background there just looks so, like, so stunning, so pretty. I obviously love the little Mickey cloud that's right next to it as well. You know, we appreciate a good Mickey cloud, and we do have a Mickey cloud emoji and sticker now in the Discord. So like people do use Mickey clouds and their like submissions and stuff like that, you can leave a little Mickey cloud comment and stuff like that. I'll have a look at potentially adding it to YouTube as well. But I just need to work out which like emoji I get rid of kind of thing to replace it, because we're unfortunately quite a ways off from the next emoji slot, which you know I wouldn't dream of pushing for and stuff like that. So I just want to kind of like preface that I'll probably change up some of the emotes and emojis that I've got on YouTube at the moment. But I absolutely love this, like all the stacks of the treasure and the gold, the gems, like even the scrolls, like I can just imagine them as like treasure maps and stuff, which I think is so cool. We've got a couple of crabs and stuff like that, which obviously kind of gives that beachy vibe. Obviously using the pirate Donald, the pirate parrot companion is just such a good choice. And honestly, it just feels like there's so many stacks of treasure here. I love this. I think this is a gorgeous, gorgeous snap. This is going to do really, really well. I think even with the tough competition out there, this has got to be a guaranteed 4K, because this is absolutely wonderful. Next up, we have a submission from Luanil, and this is gorgeous. I love the waterfall in the background, so I love the place where you've done this. This is on Eternity Isle. I believe that's where you go through to get Oswald. But just aesthetically, it's a really lovely backdrop. I love the use of Eric's ship here. All the stacks of treasure work so nicely, like even the golden vases, the globe, even like the mini Eric ship is so good here. Obviously you've got the scrolls as well, so sort of like those treasure map vibes. Obviously, Pirate Donald works well, and then we've got all the gems and the jewels and everything like that. This is a gorgeous looking snap. I really, really like this. I think this is another 4K in the bag for you. Next up, we have another submission from Bagel Rena. Bagel Rena gets some of the like loveliest lighting in game. I don't know how they do it. It's like just so aesthetically like pleasing. Like I love this glow from the sunset, but everything still feels very well lit. So honestly, amazing work with that. I love that we've got this like Cortez chest right at the front. We've got the stacks of gold. We've got all the pirate treasure. Obviously Eric's ship in the background, and then we've got Eric posed in here as well, which I think just works wonderfully. Like obviously if you're going to use Eric's ship, you might as well use Eric, and I think he fits in well with this kind of like sea traveling pirate kind of vibes. Even if Eric isn't a pirate himself, he kind of has those, you know, sea traveler vibes kind of thing, so it does make sense. Yeah, I just really, really like this. Like I said, I love the lighting in this photo. I think this is gorgeous. And I love the obviously the whole beach setup and everything like that. So wonderful work with this snap. Great job. Next up, we have a snap from Madam Red, who, like myself, was inspired by Glitch to do the whole, like, Lara Croft kind of theme. I love this. I think this is fantastic. I love the kind of, like, different elements that we've got with, like, the different statues. We've got golden elements. We've got, like, ruins with, like, the crumbling walls, which I think is great. Obviously, the boat, like, you've just pulled up to explore this island, this lost treasure trove and things like that. I think it works wonderfully, and using the orb here is so good. So I am assuming this is on Eternity Isle, because I believe that's like the orb that you get as like, I don't know if it's part of like the quest with Jafar to open up one of the cabinets or something like that. I could be wrong. If I am wrong, then you'll have to tell me. But it looks like that orb, and I don't believe you can move it to the regular valley. But obviously, correct me if I'm wrong. I could very well be wrong. But yeah, I just love that. I think that just adds this kind of like mystical element to the shot. I love this. There's so much depth to this photo as well. So fantastic work here. I think it's a shame you got rid of Goofy. But I do understand also why you did. In one of the previous shot, Goofy was kind of like photo bombing from the background here, but I understand the choice to remove him. Even if I thought it was hilarious. Next up, we have a snap from Strawberry Blonde. Now, it was really unfortunate that Strawberry Blonde did cut things a bit fine for the last week or the week before, however you want to look at it, and didn't get the Lux Look snap in time. So instead, they've reused their build for the treasure trove one and just added kind of like different elements and stuff like that. And I think this is absolutely wonderful. This definitely feels like a secret treasure trove, maybe a vault of some kind with all the kind of like luscious gems and things like that. I just think it works really, really nicely. Using the chest here as well is just such a good touch. So honestly, fantastic work with this snap. I look forward to seeing what your results are going to be. Next up, we have a snap that I made for my husband. Now, I really wanted to kind of lean into the idea of like a hidden treasure trove. So I didn't go too overboard with like all the golden elements. I mean, one, it was always going to be a struggle because I don't have the craftable gold piles or any of the like pirate stuff and everything on my husband's account. So that was always going to be something that was going to kind of limit me. But I just thought maybe if we lent into maybe a smaller amount of gold, I don't know if that's going to backfire because people are probably going to be looking for stacks of it, but I really wanted to kind of have this like secretive hidden area. So I've created this wall of bamboo and just this small area of beach where these gold items are kind of like hidden, because I really wanted it to feel like a hidden treasure trove kind of thing. And then obviously I've just aesthetically put my husband's character in a pretty dress, just for the aesthetics of it. It almost feels like she's coming out of the water, which I like. So yeah, this was the vibe that I went with this snap. Hopefully it doesn't backfire, but I guess only time will tell. Next up, we have this lovely submission from Alley Cat, and I actually really love this close-up shot. I do sometimes think I love the close-up shots because I feel like you can really see the detail of things. It's something that, even though I don't tend to do kind of like close-ups, I tend to stick in kind of like a middle ground. I don't do really far zoomed out shots because I don't like them. But I kind of stick in this kind of like middle area where there's a bit more depth. But I actually like really love the close-up shots. I really think maybe that's something I need to experiment with more with my dream snaps, perhaps, because I really aesthetically love the look and style of those close-up shots. Like I said, I just feel like you see so much detail and texture with that. So I really love this. Obviously, you've got the giant treasure piles behind you. We've got the kind of like the pirate loot here. We've got Donald in his pirate outfit. So I think this all works together really nicely. I think this is a fantastic submission. It may be considered simple or basic, but I think it does the job. I think it's exactly what I would expect from a treasure trove. So I think this is still going to do really well. I don't think you need to go overboard and cluttered and things like that. I think sometimes simple shots can sometimes be the most aesthetic. So fantastic job with this one. Okay, next up we have my alt account snap. So again, I had the same issues that I had with creating my husband's account, in that I didn't have stacks of piles of gold. I didn't have any of the pirate stuff or anything like that. So I really had to utilize the gold items I had. I did kind of want to go with like a Tomb Raider kind of vibe. I'm now wondering if I've kind of missed the mark after seeing Madam Red's one, which was a lot better, I think, actually. But I really like this. Like, I wanted to go with kind of like temple ruins and stuff like that. So that's the kind of vibe that I've gone with here. And I wanted it to feel overgrown, like it was lost to time. So that's the vibes that I kind of wanted to go for here with all the tall grass and stuff. I just hope it doesn't take away from the gold elements, because there isn't a lot of it here. We do have some gold vases and the golden flowers and stuff like that, but we'll just have to wait and see how this does. I'm really unsure because, like I said, a lot of people have gone really big this week, and I do feel like this kind of pales in comparison to a lot of the snaps that I'm seeing, and that's totally fine, you know. That's totally fine. That's the way it is sometimes, but it'll be interesting to see how this does. I did enjoy making this snap. I do enjoy the fact that, you know, each week I can kind of do 3 snaps and do 3 different ideas if I want to. So I like the fact that I can play around and test different ideas and stuff like that. So fingers crossed, we'll just have to see how well this does. Next up, we have a snap from Kamikaze, who's wonderfully titled this. I don't know if I can say on on YouTube or not, but brilliant title there. But I love this, obviously, this treasure trove and things like that. And I love that you've used the kind of like broken down ship, like as if maybe this ship had been carrying all these gems and jewels and then has got shipwrecked, and like however it ended up here in this desert landscape. And now there's all this treasure for looting. I just think it's a really great snap. Obviously the pirate vibes with the outfit is wonderful, and I do love that you've got Pirate Donald as well. I think this is going to do really well. I think this definitely has the vibes and aesthetics of a treasure trove, so I'll be excited to see what your results are when you get them. Next up, we have a snap from Wes, and I really like this snap. It's so bright, it's so light and everything like that. Now this is taken in Eternity Isle, but I love the direction you've taken this shot in. because I've seen a lot of people do snaps in this area, and typically they tend to have the snaps like facing towards the waterfalls. But I love that you've kind of gone in the different direction here. I think that just works really nicely. Obviously, I love the Mickey Cloud. The Mickey Cloud, 10 out of 10 from me. I love the little setup with all the jewels and the treasure and everything like that. It does feel like it's tucked away. Like we've got this waterfall here, so it almost feels like you've had to travel through a waterfall to find this treasure trove. And then we have like Rapunzel's tower, which I think is a really great addition to have as well, just because like Rapunzel's tower is typically tucked away and hidden behind all the vine walls and things like that. So I think that's a lovely little nod to the whole like hidden treasure kind of vibe. But yeah, I really like this. I think this is a wonderful snap. I'm really excited to hear how this does, because I think this is so gorgeous. I really like this one. Next up, we have a submission from Silver Ears, and I really like this. Again, we've got a lovely Mickey Cloud. Always appreciate seeing that. I love the way the sun comes through here, this massive, like, glowing light, and obviously the light that gives to the gold. I think it's just wonderful and beautiful. I love how your character looks. I think, going for this kind of aesthetic is going to stand out amongst all the other pirate snaps that are using the same pirate outfit. I mean, I've used that same pirate outfit, so I'm not judging anyone who has done it, but I think like it's just like nice to see alternatives, and I think it's very eye-catching and things like that. Obviously, I love the kind of like shipwreck here. Again, kind of those similar vibes as what like Cammy Shot had in that, like it's giving those ship has got wrecked and all the treasures are spilling out and stuff like that. So I do really like this snap. I think this is wonderfully done. Next up, we have a snap from Curls Fantasy, and I really like this. I love the lighting in this. I love the glow. I love that you've got this kind of like almost mystical, magical kind of like, well, I think it's supposed to be like some sort of weird fireplace thing, but like it just gives me this kind of like magical vibe to it, which I really love. Obviously, then paired with all the like purple and the sparkles works lovely. Obviously the stacks of gold and stuff like that. I think this is really fun. I love the outfit choice. I actually love this outfit. I think like of some of the like costume pieces we have in game, this is definitely one of my sort of preferred pieces. I love this outfit. I think it works so well in a pirate vibe as well. I just think it kind of has that luxe kind of look to it. So yeah, I think this is really fun. I love the creative use of so the items in the background are the sushi chef kind of like stands, but like turn the other way so you just see the back of them, and I love that it creates this almost like wallpaper backdrop effect. I just think it looks wonderful. So honestly, fantastic job with this snap. I think this is going to do really well. Next up, we have this amazing snap from Henry, and I am just blown away. So I came across a Genie submission when voting the other week, and I was like, oh my god, this is incredible. This is amazing. And to see a similar setup but with like Aladdin is just so genius. I think this is so well done. Your character really has those Aladdin vibes as well, which I love. I just think it works so wonderfully. Obviously posing with the monkey companion, best choice you could have made. The Cave of Wonders in the background. We've obviously got Mickey Cloud, which I love, but I think the Mickey Cloud is irrelevant here when I look at how amazing this snap is. I just think this is fantastic. This is incredible, and yeah, I am actually blown away by this snap. I think this is wonderful. So honestly, yeah, congrats. This is amazing. This has got to be a winning snap for sure. Next up, we have a snap from Savannah May Brenda, and I love this. I think this is so good. Obviously, we've got all the kind of like treasure and gold and things like that. I love the mix of like some of the more rustic items as well, with like the clay pots, the barrels, and things like that. I think that works really nicely. The like sword here, such a great item to use. I love when people use those time bending pieces as like actual decor. I think it's such a good idea. And then like even using like the Snuggly Duckling Tavern works really well, like this hidden like little getaway kind of thing with all the treasure, all the loot and stuff like that. And using the like Miss Tilly in the background, just like it adds something to the shot. It adds that extra detail, which I think is just wonderful. I love this little setup that you've got going on here. Yeah, I just think this is wonderful. It's definitely got those olden day rustic kind of vibes. I think this is a wonderful little snap, and I think this is going to do very, very well. Next up, we have a beautiful snap from Marina. This is absolutely gorgeous. I love the ship in the background with like the fireworks and the sparkles. And honestly, I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty amazed because to set those fireworks off, come here, take the snap, have Daisy and Donald pose nicely, and the parrot companion. The fact that you've worked with all those elements just like boggles my mind, because I'm like, that must be so much effort. Um, but yeah, I do really, really love this. I love all the gems, all the jewels, the sparkles that you've got it dotted around. It definitely feels very hidden, very secretive, especially with all the kind of like cliffs in the backdrop. I think that works really, really nicely. And then we have Trader Sam's and the kind of like the boathouse kind of thing. I just think it works really, really nicely together. Fantastic shot. This has got to be a 4K snap for sure. Next up, we have a couple of submissions from Amy B. And I really, really love this one. This is amazing. This is so good. Okay, I love that you've got your character here. You're posing with Daisy. We have like this treasure loot chest in front of you, but then we've still got all the golden elements in the background. What I love is that we've got this like stormy backdrop as well. Like, I think it just adds something to the shot. Really kind of feels like cinematic and things like that. It feels like very dramatic, but the shot overall is very, very well lit. I think this is a gorgeous little snap. I love how it feels hidden away with all the bamboo and the trees and things like that. I think the elements work beautifully here. I honestly, like, I've seen your other one, but like, this one is my favorite of your two submissions. I think this is absolutely stunning. And then we have your next submission. And this is another gorgeous submission. Like, don't get me wrong. I do just have a preference for the other one. But I love this. I love that you've gone with the Fire Raven. Daisy looks amazing here. I love that she's posing and everything like that. It's always nice when you capture characters in kind of like an animated pose. I think that looks wonderful. Obviously, we've got stacks of treasure in the background, which I think works really, really well. And then we've got Gaston and Eric. It's almost like they're your crewmates that you brought along on your adventures for hunting for treasure and gold and riches. So I really, really love this snap. I think this is really well done. And yeah, good luck, and I hope you do well with your results. Next up, we have a submission from Lainey Faye, and I really, really love this. Obviously, I love the pirate companion. I love Donald here. I think not the pirate, the parrot companion. I love that you got Donald here. Donald works really well in this setting, and obviously we've got our stacks of gems and jewels and things like that. I love the foliage, like the mixing of the like the ferns and the plants, and then some of the trees in the backdrop. I just think it works really well. Again, kind of giving this secretive, hidden treasure trove vibe, which I love. Yeah, this is just a wonderful snap. It's so well done. Like, I have no comments. I have no critiques. This is just a wonderful snap. So good luck. I think it's going to be another 4K for you, even on PlayStation, which I know is very, very tough. I know it's a tough competition over there, but this is absolutely wonderful. So fantastic job with this. Amazing snap. And last but most certainly not least, we have Doodle's submission, and oh my god, the sparkles in this, all the fireworks, all the lighting, this is just gorgeous. This is absolutely stunning. Yeah, the lighting in this submission is fantastic. I love all the gold pieces, even using like the golden like nuggets as well is a brilliant touch, mixed in with like all the gems and stuff. Obviously using Donald and Daisy, which I think they look perfect in this challenge. Your characters here posing with the snake. We've even got a little crocodile here, which I think is wonderful. We've got the boat here, like as if this is your boat that you're going to use to sail away with your riches and things like that. I just think this is a wonderful shot. It's so well lit, it's so like vibrant, so eye-catching. This is an absolutely beautiful snap. This is a 4K in the bag for sure. So fantastic job with this one. I love it. And there you go. That's the first half of the treasure trove submissions from Discord. I hope you enjoyed this video. There's lots of amazing creations that you guys have come up with, and I'm really excited to get into the second part, which will be coming up in the next video very, very shortly. So honestly, fantastic job everyone. Love the creations. I think you all deserve 4K this week. I love to see what you guys come up with each week. And thank you so much for sharing in the Discord as well, because obviously without you guys sharing, we wouldn't have these videos. So thank you very much. If you are watching this video and you're not a part of my Discord, feel free to join and you can share your Dreamsnap submissions and you could be featured in a video like this too. But I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys!